Hi, welcome to the River Center. My name is Jocelyn O'Neill. I'm the Environmental Education Manager here at this wonderful aquarium that we have here in Jupiter. And I'd like to show you around a little bit, so let's go. So we're going to start at the beginning of the Loxahatchee River, which is the headwaters that you'll find close to like Riverbend Park and those kinds of areas. What's really special about the Loxahatchee River, it is the first national wild and scenic river in Florida, designated back in 1985, which makes it really special that we have this right here in our backyard, a place that's been preserved and will continue to be preserved. So here we are at the wild and scenic Loxahatchee River, where we have some of our friends. This is Igor. He's actually not native, but he is now a wonderful resident that we have here and very charismatic. He loves to greet everyone. But this is a freshwater aquarium. We have all of Florida's native turtles in here. We've got some yellow-bellied sliders, some Florida soft-shell snapping turtles. Igor making his debut. And then as we continue, we're going to kind of head downriver, and we'll be seeing some of the other habitats that occur as you make your way from the headwaters of the Loxahatchee River all the way down out through Jupiter Inlet. So our next stop is going to be the oyster reefs. We'll find oyster reefs in our area, kind of about halfway down the river, and they like kind of a low mix of salinity. So they have a little bit of salt water here, but it's also catching that fresh water coming down out of the Loxahatchee River, and when it mixes, we call that brackish water. So we've got partly salty, partly fresh, and in here we've got some cute little checkered puffers, a balloonfish puffer, some of the kind of critters that you'll find on an oyster reef. We have a lot of juvenile fish that find this area a really important nursery habitat. And oysters are really great for keeping our river clean. They can filter up to 50 gallons of water each day for each oyster, which is pretty cool.
So can you tell us your title and how you got into your area of this career?
Yeah, you know what? I fell in love with the ocean when I was a teenager, and my family was visiting Florida from Kentucky. And I fell in love with it, and I decided I wanted to be a marine biologist, but I was from Kentucky and everyone told me I couldn't do it. So I decided to prove them wrong. And I went to school, got a degree in biology, and went on to get another degree in marine science. And then I relocated down here to Florida until I finally found a job doing what I love. And I ended up down in the Florida Keys becoming an environmental educator, and I just fell in love with it. And eventually made my way up here to Jupiter, and I've been here for about 18 years, and I love it. And it's an exciting field to get into. I get to talk to all kinds of people all the time, little kids, adults, families, and help them to discover what's really right in their backyard, you know? And I love that part about my job. And we have a lot of other people here that help to do this as well. We've got other educators, and I've got volunteers that come in and make this place really hum, especially during the summertime. So if you have time during the summer, you should come by and visit us. But we are open on Saturdays too, so you can bring your family up here and see all the cool stuff that we have.
Now, marine biologist, that sounds like a complicated job. Exactly in a simple way of speaking, what do you do and how do you make a difference?
Well, I spent a lot of time learning about the marine environments and the animals that live there. And what are some of the issues that they're facing? What are the struggles that they have? And now I take people out to, number one, learn about them so that they can just appreciate them. And then hopefully they'll decide that they want to care about them too. And there's some basic things that we as people can do to help all environments, not just the marine environments. You know, making sure that we reduce our litter and control pollution and just respect the wildlife, you know?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Tell us about this area.
Okay. Well, this is kind of an interesting exhibit. This is what I like to call my human impacts exhibit, because where we are standing is actually underneath a dock. So if you look up, we've got the dock here, that big wooden structure, and then next to the dock you can see the boat hanging from the ceiling. It's right above your head there. So most people don't think about docks as being a habitat, but fish are for sure living there, right? And we as humans can have a positive or a negative impact on the fish that are living here. So we talk here about having a concrete dock piling instead of a wood dock piling, because wood dock pilings have poison in them, including arsenic, like rat poison. So having a concrete dock piling is better for the animals that live here. So we as humans can live better with the wildlife that is around us, right? Because the environment is not a place where we go. It is where we live, and we should take care of it. And then this exhibit over here, this takes us all the way out through Jupiter Inlet to the coral reef system that is here in South Florida. And this kind of represents a little bit of everything. So what you would find in Jupiter all the way down to what you would find in the Florida Keys. And what's interesting here is that you'll notice that some of the fish that you see in here, actually you've seen in other aquaria here, in our dock piling, in our mangrove, in our oysters. And that is because these animals utilize all of these habitats. So we, as the community that lives here around the Loxahatchee River, we're responsible for maintaining all of those habitats and keeping them safe. Just being outside can get you excited about our natural world. So go on hikes, go down to the river and go fishing even. And all of these ways you can start to discover the world that's around you. And then of course, you can go on to learn more if you want to take some courses, maybe even in high school, some biology, some marine biology courses if you want. And then of course, if you get really excited about it, you can go on to college and maybe learn more and get a degree like I did, but even if you don't, that's okay too. There are plenty of ways to get involved and plenty of ways to learn. We have a lot of volunteers here. I have former volunteers that have come back to be interns for me so that they can learn from my staff here and become educators themselves, or even go on into doing something in environmental science where they can, work for governments or things like that, where they can help decide policy to help protect these areas. You know what? It was so great having you here today, and I really hope to see you again here at the River Center soon. We are open Tuesday through Saturday, and you can come and visit us during those times. We also have a lot of programs, so check out our website, and we have all kinds of kayaking and fishing and seining and dipping and science days, all kinds of fun things for you guys to check out.